For the first time in 15 years since 2011, the Perry County Baseball Championship game is live here at Newport High School for the first ever meeting between these two teams for a Perry County Championship. As we have the hometown Newport Buffaloes taking on the Greenwood Wildcats for the first time ever in the Perry County Championship game. Hello everyone listening on the or watching on the Perry County Talk Sports Zone YouTube channel. I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of Perry County Baseball. This game was originally scheduled to be at Greenwood today, but the coaches had a coin flip earlier this season after the Perry County semifinals that was hosted by West Perry, and today's game was originally scheduled to be at Greenwood, but they didn't want to risk anything after Newport won the coin toss to have hosting rights and be the home team on the scoreboard here today. But we are excited for the first ever meeting between Newport and Greenwood for a Perry County Championship. As Newport heads to this one, coming off a dominant 6-inning victory yesterday here at home against Midwest by a score of 14-4. And Newport Buffaloes are 5-1 to start the year, 3-1 in the Tri-Valley League West Division, currently in first place in that division. Right behind them are the Greenwood Wildcats. They are off to a solid start, 3 wins, 3 losses to start the year. They are 2-3 in the Tri-Valley League West Division. Just one and a half games back of the Newport Buffaloes. Earlier this season, at the season opener for both of these teams, the Greenwood Wildcats and Newport Buffaloes each scored 10 runs in their respective semifinals. Greenwood started off the day, a very long day there at West Perry back in late March. But the Greenwood Wildcats got an 8-inning victory by a score of 10-8 over the defending champions, West Perry Mustangs. And the Newport Buffaloes, later in semifinal number 2, got a close 10-7 victory against Susquehanna. As the Newport Buffaloes take the field, this is their second straight game at home in as many days. And we have the starting lineups for you here today, as we are set to crown a Perry County Championship for the Greenwood Wildcats. This is their second ever appearance in the Perry County Championship game. The first time was not that long ago in 2019, where they had an 11-2 loss against the West Perry Mustangs that year. So here is the starting line for the Greenwood Wildcats. Laying off will be the starting pitcher for Greenwood, number 8, Titan Worth. Batting second is the first baseman, number 16, Jackson Anderson. In the free spot is the second baseman, number 2, Dylan Yon. A.J. Athman is the shortstop. He's wearing number 6. He is batting fourth. Batting fifth is the catcher, number 7, Braden Benito. Batting sixth is the center fielder, number 10, Aiden Sugden. In the seventh spot on the Greenwood lineup is the designated hitter, number 21, Gavin Oburn. Batting eighth is the third baseman, number 15, Maverick Broadbent. And in the 9-hole spot for the Wildcats, he is the left fielder, number 5, Owen Lodge. Gavin Oburn is the designated hitter for Greenwood. He is hitting for the right fielder, wearing number 11, Vance Moyer. Substitutions for Greenwood include Jacob Anderson, Cash Bryson, Mason Siebert, Braden McNaughton, Wyatt Bear, and Nolan Smith. Defensive alignment for the Newport Buffaloes, the home team here today. And the starting pitcher is Landon Saring. Landon Saring had himself a good season pitching-wise for the Newport Buffaloes. He obviously didn't pitch yesterday against the Midwest Mustangs. But Landon Saring is the starting pitcher. He has 2 wins on the year so far through 3 appearances. Has 1 start. This is his second start on the mound this season. Landon Saring has a 4.58 batting average. And here we go with the top of the lineup. Laying off for the Greenwood Wildcats is Titan Worth. And we are underway with a called first strike. They are underway here. A big crowd here today. A local rivalry, as local as it gets. And 1 pitch is swung on and grounded over to third base. Peters has a throw on it. He beats it out. And there is 1 out here in the first inning. 5-3 ground out from Titan Worth gets us started here. Up next here is the freshman phenom Jackson Anderson. Anderson had himself a good season for his freshman season. Jackson Anderson He's the top hitter on the Greenwood team, has a .462 batting average. That's the sixth best in the Tri-Valley League. And it's a swing and a miss from Anderson, 0-1. Landon Staring has the fourth most strikeouts in Tri-Valley League competition. He has 16 strikeouts in 12 innings played. Next pitch is missed for ball 1. Our umpires for today's game, calling balls and strikes, is Kevin Dalpias, and our basis umpire is Jim Grissinger. Next pitch just misses for ball 2. This is already history in the making here today. Of course, Newport and Greenwood have faced each other several times before as the Tri-Valley League opponents in competition, but never before today have they faced each other for a Perry County Championship. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Anderson. Wildcats starting to get the day rolling on a solid note, and a pitch down low but ruled a strike, so it's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dylan Yon is on deck for Greenwood. Over a big punch out here, and that's upstairs and away, and it's ball 4. So Jackson Harrison becomes the first base runner for the Greenwood Wildcats. Reaching on base on balls. That brings up Dylan Young, the second baseman for the Wildcats. Dylan Young has a .250 batting average, has 5 hits and 3 RBIs so far this season. He scored twice so far for the Wildcats. That first pitch to him misses for ball 1. You want to talk about baseball weather? My goodness, we have perfect baseball weather here today. A couple of clouds in the sky, temperatures in the 70s, ladies and gentlemen, and it's now ball 2 here to Dr. Dylan Yon. This is a Greenwood team that has a lot of extra base hits, 10 doubles, including a triple. H.E. Outland, the senior, has 1 triple so far this season. The runner taken off for second, and the throw is offline as Anderson steals second. And it's 3-0 now to Dylan Young. Potentially, this could be nerves coming here early for Landon Saring. Newport is currently on a 6-game winning streak. Here's the chopper over to the shortstop. Thought about going for third. There was Logan Bates, but he throws the first for the easy out. And 2 outs here with the runner heading over to third on the play. So a productive out there for Dylan Young. And now here's a guy that you want to have up to the plate. This is H.A. Outland, a senior, in the 4th spot on the Greenwood lineup. Outland averaging a .318 batting average. 7 hits so far. That is the second most on the Greenwood team so far this season. Stats brought to you by Max Preps, America's source for high school sports. Ball 1 here to Outland. An early RBI opportunity here for the Wildcats. And here's 1-0, and swing and a pop out. This will go straight back out of play. Count even now, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Newport Buffaloes are on a 6-game winning streak against the Newport Buffaloes. They have swept the Wildcats 3 times. 6 games in the last 2 years. The Newport Buffaloes have beaten the Wildcats. Next pitch is a called strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now to the senior Jackson Anderson over at third with 2 outs. And Aaron looking to get out of this thing with a 0 on the scoreboard. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss. Late swing there for H.E. Outland. There is strikeout number 1 for Landon Staring. We are heading into the bottom of the first. The Newport Buffaloes cut off the bat for the first time today. back here for the bottom of the first inning. And for the GREENWOOD Wildcats, they had an RBI opportunity, but a strikeout from A.J. Adlin kept the Wildcats scoreless through the first inning. And now here we are for the Newport Buffaloes coming up to bat in the bottom of the first. Newport is coached by Steve Siders. And here's the starting 9 for the Newport Buffs. Laid off is the catcher, wearing number 9, Jamison Cummins. Batting second is the shortstop, number 10, Logan Bates. Batting third is the starting pitcher, number 4, Landon Sering. And the fourth spot is the first baseman, number 25, Zach Bates. Batting fifth is the designated hitter for the Buffaloes, number 6, Austin Baker. Batting sixth is the second baseman, number 13, Chris Amler. In the seventh spot, wearing number 8, is the center fielder, Landon Sejek. At the 8th spot is the left fielder, number 1, Kevin Ruckles. And the 9-hole spot for the Newport lineup, he is the third baseman, number 5, Jason Peters. Austin Baker is the designated hitter for Newport. He is hitting for the right fielder, wearing number 12, John Miretsky. A little bit of windy conditions here today, but hey, that's Perry County. I guess West Perry's not the only school that has windy conditions, but overall, just a beautiful day here. A couple overcast skies just off to our north, but the sun's shining bright right on top of us, and just an absolutely gorgeous day here at Newport High School. And so here we go with Jamison Cummins, the catcher, laying us off for the Newport Buffaloes. Newport is coached by Kent Cummins. There's the first pitch, and that misses for ball 1, the Newport Buffaloes. This is the first time since 2011 that the Perry County Baseball Championship game is here at Newport. And next pitch is called strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to Cummins, the catcher. Back in 2011, it was my junior year over at West Perry, and next pitch is in the dirt, ball 2. But I forget why it was here, because the Perry County Championship game was actually between West Perry and Susquehanna back in 2011. West Perry ended up winning a good pitching matchup in that game. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter. Here's the 2-2, and that just misses, and first batter of the game gets the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Titan Worth is the starting pitcher for the GREENWOOD Wildcats. Early trouble here. Here's the full count offering, and that's a dirt check swing, no swing, and Cummins reaches base to lead us off here in the first inning. That'll bring up Logan Bates. Newport currently riding a 6-game winning streak against the GREENWOOD Wildcats. The last time that GREENWOOD beat the Buffaloes was right here at Newport back in 2023, April 25th, 2023, where the Wildcats won here 10-6. That was 2 years ago. And throw over the first, nothing doing. Each of the last 2 years, the Newport Buffaloes have a 3-game sweep in each of the last 2 seasons against the Wildcats. First pitch to Logan Bates is in for a called strike 1. Now, it could be interesting here for Newport, considering they were just in action yesterday against Midwest in a non-conference matchup. Rory taking off for a second. A high throw is offline. Offline there throw, but fortunately it did not go out to center field, but Jamison Cummins has a stolen base. He goes over to second. The pitch was a ball, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, originally this game was scheduled to be at GREENWOOD today, but they had a coin flip to determine who would host the Perry County Championship, and so they decided to switch the fields for the 2 regular season games in the Tri-5 League between these 2 teams. So we are here today. Newport will be at GREENWOOD later on at the end of the season, which I think it's a good call, actually. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Like, it's good to have the Perry County Championship here today and not have to wait till the end of the season with a chance of it being rained out. But I think it's a good call, especially with the weather here today. absolutely gorgeous. And a foul ball goes right off the home plate umpire's mask as Kevin Dalpiaz made contact there, so it's not a strikeout. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Catcher, he gets to catch it next time.
If he would have called it, that would have been strike 3. Now, so count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. A big crowd here today. Of course, the Newport home faithful coming out strong here today. Whale Wildcats has a few fans from down the river here. Runner on second here with nobody out. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch again is swung on and popped up. Playable for the first baseman in foul territory, and he misses. Jackson Anderson had a good read on it, but he went a little too far ahead and lands behind him off to his left. So we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hey, that happens sometimes. I mean, it's like he would have to be looking at the sun too, because the sun is pointing straight up at us here. Right. Fly balls might not be easy here today for any of the defenders. Once again, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Logan Bates. And that ball hits him. I think he was looking for a slider, but it didn't cut all the way back in. So heads up hitting Logan Bates. So now runners at first and second here with nobody out. And here comes Landon Saring. Landon Saring has the second best batting average in the Tri-Valley League. He's averaging .538 batting average. Who's first? Well, it's his teammate, Zachary Bates. So you got the 2 top hitters in the Tri-Valley League going back-to-back here. Zach Bates is on deck, and there's ball 1 to Landon Saring. That can't be tough. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, not only is this for a Perry County Championship, but this is also a regular season meet in the Tri-Valley League. So this game does count towards those standings. Next pitch is ruled a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Overall, and that obviously is just for a Tri-Valley League competition. But Landon Saring has a .500 batting average. And here he rips one out towards right field. And catching it there is Vance Moyer. He has a long throw to third. But not a chance over a third, so it's a productive out there. As Jamison Cummins goes over to third on the play. 1 out here in the first. Logan Bates stays put at first, so runners at the corners now with 1 out. And here comes Zach Bates, the top hitter in the Tri-Valley League. .545 batting average. He's tied for 6th in hits with 6 of them in TVL action. He's also first in the league with 8 runs and 8 ribbies. He's also has the top on-base percentage in the Tri-Valley League, a .667 OBP. So the first nothing doing, so this guy has been a tough out for Newport Buffaloes. Zach Bates, overall, .556 batting average, leads the team in that category. He misses at the first pitch, strike 1. Has 10 hits, that leads the Newport team. Also has 11 runs scored, 11 ribbies so far for his season. Also has 3 doubles, and throw to second, and throw was cut off there, so it's a free stolen base for Logan Bates. That pitch was ruled a strike, so it's no balls and 2 strikes. Here's Zach Bates, an RBI opportunity here for the top hitter in the TVL. And here's the 0-2, and this is popped up. Not going to be deep enough, but it's not going to be caught either. As the shortstop was in deep left field, and that is going to be ruled a hit. Zach Bates goes to second on the throw, and the Newport Buffaloes strike first. It's 1-0. Zach Bates blasts one out. A blooper. A.J. Outland was back deep. Could have been caught by left fielder Owen Lodge, but instead it drops down and brings in a run. So the Newport Buffaloes strike first. And Bates goes to third. He stops at third. So that'll bring up Austin Baker, the designated hitter. And he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Austin Baker yesterday against Midwest went 0 for 4 in the game. So he's looking for a better outcome here today at the plate. He's designated hitter. Here he swings, misses. Foul tipped actually into the catcher's glove. It's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Newport Buffalo strike first. And looking for more with 2 more runners in scoring position. This pitch had a duck underneath it there with Baker. It's 2-1. The Greenwood Wildcats looking for their first Perry County championship in program history. And there's call, strike 2. Chris Imler is on deck for the Buffs. Titan Worth waiting for a big punch out here to keep those runners where they are. And swing, and this is hit foul. Okay, will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch, and this is going right back to Worth. He looks over to third and throws back to first. And fantastic job for Ty Worth to make sure nobody went up to the plate. And he throws over first for a big out number 2. Very well done there for Ty Worth. Looking over to third and make sure he doesn't go anywhere. It's like, you get back or I'm going to throw you out. It would have been bigger, but he gets the easy out first. And here's Chris Imler. And Imler takes a look up. Strike 1. What a win this would be for Greenwood if they can get out of this thing or letting go of 1 run. And swing, and this is foul. Back out of play. And the count quickly goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Chris Imler has 2.78 batting average, has 5 hits so far this season, 4 riddies, as a swing and a miss. And the Greenwood Wildcats get out of the inning, only giving up 1 run. And we are heading into the 2nd inning of this one. It's 1-0 Newport. This is the 2026 Perry County Baseball Championship game, Newport versus Greenwood, exclusively on the Perry County Talk Sports Zone YouTube channel, presented by the Bank of Landsberg and by Peco Yardscape. Back here for the 2nd inning. What a win it was for the Greenwood Wildcats in the last inning. Only giving up 1 run, but stranded 2 runners in scoring position. Could have been a lot worse. And now here we go with Braden Benito, the Greenwood catcher, swinging and fouling off the first pitch. It's 0-1 here to the Greenwood catcher. Greenwood is coming off a big win in their last game on Wednesday on the road up at Mifflintown. They beat the Juliana Indians by a score 8-5 in their last game. And there is 0-1. That's down 0 for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Greenwood catcher. Braden Benito, a senior. The catcher not having a spectacular season at the plate so far. a 167 batting average, and this is down low, and maybe that was a ball. Yes, it was. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Benito is 3 for 18. He has scored 6 times, however. He has 4 ribbies. He only has a double so far this season. He's looking for a big at bat here to lay off the second. Here he rips one out towards left center field gap. That will split the gap. This has extra bases for Benito. And he's going to pull up the second with his second double of the season. It's the first hit for Greenwood in this game, and it's a big one. Benito goes all the way to second. That is his second double of the season. Now he's the leadoff base runner in scoring position for Aiden Sugden, center fielder for the Wildcats. Sugden having himself a good season. Actually leads the team in batting average, 474 batting average. He has the most hits, 9 hits so far through 19 at-bats. He has 5 ribbies, so this is the guy you want to come up to the plate for the Greenwood Wildcats. He faces 0-1 after that first pitch strike, and he swings and misses at the second pitch. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Aiden Sugden having himself a good season at the plate. And Sugden is 455 batting average, and TVO action is 7th best in the league. That's good base pitch there for Saring. This is for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Newport softball is also at home here today. I hope we get some scoring updates for them. And now got to have a chance for a third, and for the first just in time. Whoa, that was close. And Sugden almost beat out the throw. It's a productive out as Grant Benito goes over to third. 6-3 foot out for the first out. Here comes Gavin Oburn. The designated hitter with an RBI opportunity looking to tie this game up. Oburn is senior, 263 batting average. And he takes the first pitch and is ruled a strike. Auburn with 2 ribbies so far this season. He has 2 doubles on the year. There's a swing and a chopper. And he drops it at third. Has to hurry over to first. The throw is in time, but a run comes across the score as Benito scores from third. And we are tied at 1 apiece. 5-3 for an RBI. So we start over now. A brand new ball game here in the second inning. I do believe this is going to be a good game. As we see the Newport Buffalo fan base coming up strong, I see a couple of shirtless students over spelling out Newport with paint. And here's a high fly ball for Maverick Broadbent, and it's caught by the left fielder. That will end the inning. But the Greenwood Wildcats storm back after a leadoff double from Benito, followed by an RBI on the ground out from Gavin Oburn. They are hanging to the bottom of the second, tied at 1. Bottom of the second inning we go here at Newport High School. A brand new ball game as Newport Buffalo is tied it up. Or excuse me, Greenwood Wildcats tied it up in the last half of the inning. So here we go with 7, 8, 9 here stood up for the Buffs. First pitch to Landon Seachick, misses inside for ball 1. So this has already been history in the making heading into this game. First time ever that Newport and Greenwood are facing each other in the Perry County Championship game. But the Greenwood looking for even more history. In the complete history of this tournament, the Greenwood Wildcats have never won the Perry County Championship. It's 2 balls and no strikes, and that misses down low for ball 3 to Seachick. I do have a feeling this is going to be an incredible game. It already is. Tied at 1. And there's ball 4. Landon Seachick reaches on a 4-pitch walk. And that brings up Kevin Ruggles.
I can't believe Greenwood hasn't won one.
No, I mean, this tournament has been going on for how long? The first tournament was back in 1991. So, but what is that? 9 and 35 years. 35 years this tournament's been going on, and Greenwood has never won it. Throw with a first, nothing doing. Now, the crazier thing about Greenwood is that they are the last Perry County team to make it to a state championship game. Back in 2019, and here's a throw to second, and Seachick takes off, and he's still second. But back in 2019, that was the first time that Greenwood ever made it to a Perry County championship game. It was also the first year that Greenwood made it to the state championship game that year. They lost to West Middlesex, but it was still awesome to see for Greenwood to make it to that grand stage despite the loss. And a butt attempt here for Kevin Ruggles is missed. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. And Seachick to go ahead run over at second with nobody out. Kevin Ruggles, the left fielder, swings and fouls this one out of play. Kevin Ruggles wearing number 1, a 143 batting average. He has 2 hits so far for 14 at-bats. And there's called strike 3. Second strikeout for Titan Worth, and there's 1 out here in the second inning. And Seachick stays put at second, and here comes Jamison Peters. Peters, a 273 batting average. Only has 3 hits through 19 plate appearances. Here he swings at the first pitch on a high fastball and misses for strike 1. This is a Newport team that has 19 stolen bases heading into this season. And next pitch misses for ball 1. And for Landon Seachick, that's his 3rd stolen base of the year. And now this ball gets away, and on a wild pitch, Landon Seachick goes all the way to 3rd. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes, however. Jameson Cummins, the top of the lineup, is on deck for the Buffaloes. 1 and 2 pitch, swung on, made contact. So stay put at 1 ball and 2 strikes. For the Newport Buffaloes, this is their 12th Perry County Championship game in program history. They are 4-7 all time in the Perry County Championship. The last time they won it was not that long ago, 2024, just a couple of years ago. And next pitch is missed upstairs and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Newport also won it in 2021, but before that they won it in 2005. And then our first one was just the second Perry County Championship tournament back in 1992. And nice curveball, but just missing. There's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the lineup, Jamison Cummins is on deck. He will start this game on a walk. There came around the score, and there's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Titan Worth, and there are 2 outs here in the second inning. I'll bring up Jamison Cummins. He got the count full his first time around, and later walked. Later came around to score. He is the only runner to score so far for the Buffaloes. And now trying to bring in a second run. And there's strike 1 called. Titan Worth with 3 strikeouts already. There's a swing. Now it's fouled back for strike 2. Of course, this tournament has always been dominated by the top 2 teams in Perry County. West Perry leads all teams with 19 Perry County championships. Susquehanna is second with just 8 Perry County championships. Well, one of these 2 teams is got to increase their total, and now this ball goes straight back, and a run will score on a wild pitch. They were just 1 strike away from getting out of the inning, but a wild pitch brings in the go-ahead run, and now it's 2-1 Newport. That's tough. Wow, that's a tough break for Newport because they were down to their last strike in this inning, but then a wild pitch from Titan Worth scores the go-ahead run, and this pitch hits Cummins. So things go quickly from bad to worse. As Cummins reaches first with 2 outs. Obviously not intentional with 2 strikes. And now a timeout called here as the infielders are going to get together and get ready for Logan Bates, who is coming up next for the Newport Buffaloes. Both teams scored 10 runs in their respective Perry County tournament semifinal. That was back on West Perry about a month ago. Well, just a couple weeks ago, actually. It feels like a month, doesn't it? It's amazing how fast this season goes by. GREENWOOD got the extra inning win against the defending champions West Perry Mustangs 10-8 in 8 innings. Then semifinal number 2, Newport very much surprised everybody by beating Ryan Shoppy and the Susquehanna Blackhawks 10-7 for the first nothing doing. Here comes Logan Bates, a freshman, 167 batting average, batting second in the lineup. Throw to first again, nothing doing. Two outs here in the second inning, and a bunt attempt is pulled back and just misses for ball 1. Logan Bates was hit by a pitch his last time up. Next pitch, Ryder taking off for second, throw to second in time, but attack not in time. And Cummins has his second stolen base of the game. The pitch was ruled a strike, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Jamison Cummins, a big speed threat with 2 stolen bases already. He now has 6 this season, leads the team in stolen bases. And swing and a high fly ball out towards left field. Left fielder coming in, almost took a tap too soon. Catch is made by Owen Losh, and now end the inning. Almost treble there, but only 1 more run now for Newport as they're ahead 2-1 heading into the bottom of the second. Back here for the second inning. Thrilling ball game so far for Newport. 2 runs on just 1 hit. As they are ahead 2-1 heading into the second inning for the Greenwood Wildcats. 1 run on just 1 hit. Brian Benito had a leadoff double in the second, and now laying us off here in the third inning. He got Owen Lotz coming up. 2 innings complete, and third inning coming up here. Here's Owen Lotz. And that first pitch, a fastball ends up hitting Lodge. And that is how Greenwood, not necessarily how they want to start the inning, but they'll take a base runner to lead off. And there was no break whatsoever on that fastball. And now back to the top of the lineup for the Wildcats. That's Titan Worth. Comes up, ground out to third base his first time up to lead off this ball game. Greenwood looking for another, Newport looking for another ground ball, and now this ball gets away, and a throw over to first, and just getting back in is Owen Lodge. It was close, but he almost got nailed by that fastball too. My goodness, what is going on here with Landon Sarek? 2 pitches that went right after the batter. Worth ducked out of the way of that one. That was high and in. Swing, and now this ball gets away. The swing, but it's missed, and now they're saying they made contact. And the bases umpire is saying that ball was tipped. Jim Grissinger is the bases umpire, and Newport fans were telling him, get him out at first. But no, it was a foul ball apparently, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't know. I didn't hear any mellow, did you?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It probably could have been, but Grissinger, our bases umpire, said go back to first. And now throw over to first, close, but back in time. Yeah, I have no idea if that was a foul ball or not. I mean, I didn't hear any metal from the bat. Grissinger, bases umpire says, nope, that was tipped. Now this one's definitely tipped. It goes out of play. Count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. A tying run back over at first base. Newport looking to keep that score where it is. On first with nobody out. And step off here. If you're about becoming a PIAA official, you're about becoming a baseball umpire, now is your opportunity. Go to PIAA.org to find out how you can become a PIAA official and a called strike 3. Strikeout number 2 now for Landon Saring, and there's the first out here in the third. Okay, if you want to become a PIAA official, head on over to PIAA.org. Up next here is Jackson Anderson. He walked his first time up and was left stranded at third back in the first inning. For over the first, nothing doing. First pitch, a big swing and a miss from Anderson. Count goes to no balls and 1 strike. I have been here before for a football game, and I almost forgot what this field looks like without a football field painted over it. But the field they done here, it's very well done. A pitch out here, but the catcher drops the ball as Lodge goes over to second. Lodge still second base. Count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, this field is very well done. The grass looks great, the dirt more beautiful than what I've seen before. Swing and a miss, 2. The last time the Perry County Baseball Championship game was here at Newport was back in 2011. That was my junior year at Westbury High School. I was the manager on the baseball team there. And pitch inside. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, I don't remember much about that game. Of course, I remember winning it over Susquehanna, but it was interesting why the game was here. I can't remember why. A high fastball swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Landon Sering, and they're two-way here in the third. That was a good pitching matchup. I remember that between West Prairie and Susquehanna. Back in 2011, West Prairie won that Prairie County Championship over Susquehanna. And now here is Dylan Young, who grounded out to shortstop on a 3-0 count his last time up. Here is ball one. Like, I understand Dylan Young was trying to be aggressive his first play appearance, but a 3-0, you could take a free pass. And now here's the ground ball that goes out to left field. The left fielder is shallow, and they're waving him home. And the throw to play, not in time. Dylan Young goes to second on the throw. It's an RBI for Dylan Young, and we are tied up at 2 apiece. Owen Laws scoring from second. 2-out base hit. Ultimately a single. Dylan Young does go over to second on the throw. It was close, but the throw was just a bit offline. Off the plate. It was a good idea there for left fielder Kevin Ruggles to be so shallow out in left field to have a chance at the plate. But instead we are tied up, and here's A.J. Outland, who looks at the first pitch. And it's outside for ball one. Outland struck out swinging to end the first inning. Now he's looking for better results here. Real Wildcats all fired up in the dugout, and before the pitch, a timeout was called at the plate. I think it was a timeout called by the Newport catcher. As Jameson comments, I think a little dirt got inside from a little wind here. That's unfortunate. It was just about to throw the pitch. Timeout call. Here's the next pitch. And that's in for a called strike. It's 1-1 to the Greenwood shortstop. Go ahead run over at second base. We are tied up here in the third. There's a swing grab by Chopper over shortstop. Hiring drove there short. Throw to first is not in time. So the inning continues. Logan Bates had a good read on it, but he misses. Drops the ball for a second. That will go down as an E6. And A.J. Outland goes to first, and Dylan Young goes over to third. So runners at the corner style with 2 outs. And that brings up Brandon Benito. Benito with an RBI opportunity. He ripped a double his last time up. No doubt that they're going to be more careful here. Benito had the double to lead off the second inning, and they're carrying around the score. Now he has a chance to give Greenwood the lead for the first time. And first pitch is in, but no throw to second as Outland easily steals second base. Pitch was a called strike, so it's 0-1 to the Greenwood catcher. For Benito, that was his second double of the season, and that was a big one. Now he has 2 RBIs, a 2-run opportunity coming. Next pitch is missed inside for ball 1. I think we even see a few West Prairie fans here today looking on for this Prairie County Championship. And now timeout called as the Newport catcher Cummins wants to talk to Landon Sering. Landon Sering, a junior. He has the 4th most strikeouts in the Tri-Valley League, 16 strikeouts in just 12 innings. In TVL competition, he's 3rd in the league with a 3.50 ERA, and he has the best whip in the Tri-Valley League, 1.250. And next pitch is down low for ball 2. Here's the same count, 2-1, but Brandon Benito hit that double. It was split the gap out in left center field. See if he does the same thing here. The 2-1 from Sering. is taken and it's missed outside down low for ball 3. Aiden Sugden is on deck. Should he have an opportunity? Dylan Young at third, H.A. Adlin at second. 3-1 from Sering. It's in the dirt for ball 4. Good stop behind the plate for Cummins to make sure no runners advance. But it's ball 4, so the bases are now full of Wildcats. With 2 outs for Aiden Sugden. Sugden hit the ball hard this last time up, but grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. So the bases are loaded now with 2 outs. Dylan Young at third, H.E. Adlin at second, Brandon Benito at first. There's Aiden Sugden. Swing, a high fastball. Sugden couldn't lay off. And it's all 1. This is huge for both teams. Time in the tie ball game, 2-2 here on the top of the 3rd. Perry County Championship on the line. Here's the 0-1, and that misses inside on the fastball. I mean, if it wasn't a fastball, Sugden could have taken that one and bring in a run. But on a fastball, yeah, I'd be ducking out of the way on that too. Here's the 1-1, and that misses for ball 2. A big at bat here. Bases loaded with 2 outs. And Sering. Good here's count for Sugden. Here's the 2-1. A swing and a miss from the center fielder. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A run has scored in each of the last 4 halves of an inning. And 2-2 is swung and right to Landon Sering. Gets the glove up and that will end the inning. Good rip from Aiden Sugden, but line out back to the pitcher, ends the inning. But the Wildcats get 1 back, and we are tied at 2-2 heading into the bottom of the 3rd. Bottom of the 3rd we go here for Newport Buffaloes. The Greenwood Wildcats got 1 back, but it could have been better for the Wildcats as they had the bases loaded by a line drive right back to the pitcher, Landon Sering. For the final out with the bases loaded, he definitely saved 1 or 2 runs there on a line drive out. But here comes Landon Sering now to lay off the bottom of the 3rd. He rips at the first pitch, high and deep out to right field. Could be trouble, and this goes over right fielder's head. Vance Moyer wasn't deep enough, and extra bases all over this. And it's a stand-up triple for Lansing. Now the ball gets away, and this is going to be inside the park. Ball goes out of play, and it's an inside the park home run for Landon Saring. And just like that, the Buffaloes retake the lead.
Okay, that's making up for his pitching.
That ball was absolutely ripped. And the ball got away from third. And that's going to be an inside the park home run. And here comes Zach Bates. Zach Bates had an RBI single his first time up. Here he rips one to third. Broadbent throws over to first. That's in time. That's a good bounce back there after giving up the inside the park home run. And there's out number one. Now bring up Austin. It's been a tough stretch of games for Master. He went 0-4 yesterday against Midwest. And now he's 0-1 here so far. Ground out to the pitcher his last time up. Here he swings that pitch and dirt, fouls it back for strike one. Austin Baker of the Newport DH. And Buffaloes retake the lead. Both teams with 2 runs in the last 2 innings. And now this ball is ripped hard out towards center field. Right to the center fielder, Aiden Sugden, for a round out number 2. Good rip there for Austin Baker. And Sugden had to go off to right center field a little bit, but he makes the grab easily. So 2 quick outs after the inside the park home run, and here comes Chris Ambler. Ambler struck out to end the first inning. And he fouls one back for strike one. The Newport Buffaloes being very aggressive here in the third inning, swinging on the first pitch in each of the first 4 at-bats. This pitch is in a dirt for ball 1. Newport struck first back in the first inning to give 1-0, but then in the second and third innings, each team with 1 run apiece. And there's a ground ball over to shortstop. Has to fire over quickly, and throw to first is in time. Nice play for H.A. Outland, and that ends the inning. The Newport Buffaloes go down in order, but after a inside the park home run for Landon Saring, and the Buffaloes are on top 3-2 after 3. This is the 2026 Perry County Baseball Championship game between the Newport Buffaloes and GREENWOOD Wildcats, exclusively on the Perry County Talk Sports Zone YouTube channel, presented by the Bank of Landisburg and by Peco Yardscape. Fourth inning we go, an entertaining ball game here for the Perry County Championship. And here is Gavin Oburn leading us off for the GREENWOOD Wildcats in the 4th inning. He takes a walk at strike 1. This is a very entertaining ball game. 5 runs combined here. Newport has scored in every inning so far, and Wildcats, they have scored 1 in the last 2 innings. There's a swing and miss from Oburn, makes it no balls and 2 strikes. Oburn started today with a ground out that resulted in an RBI back in the second inning. There's a swing and a miss on a high fastball. Not a chance for the Greenwood DH. And there's one out here in the fourth. Now bring up Maverick Broadbent. Broadbent, third baseman, hit the ball hard but flew out to left field his first time up, so he's 0 from 1. Flew out to left to end the second inning. First pitch, this ball's ripped hard out to left field again, and oh, what a catch! What a catch for Kevin Ruggles out there. He robbed extra bases for sure. Reaching behind his back, and that's a big out number 2. Wow, what a catch. Just unbelievable. Robbed extra bases for sure. Maybe even a home run. But now here comes Owen Lodge. 2 quick outs on just 4 pitches. And here's Owen Lodge. And this swing and a pop-up going right back at us here. It goes out of play. Strike 1. Lodge was hit by a pitch his first time up and carrying around the score in the third. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Quickly mixing no balls and 2 strikes. This could be a big out here for Newport if they can get out of this thing with the lead. Bases empty with 2 outs. The 0-2, swing and a miss. And the Wildcats go down 1-2-3 in the fourth. They are going to the bottom of the fourth. Newport hang on to a 3-2 lead. Bottom of the fourth we go here at Newport High School. And just like the Greenwood Wildcats at last half inning, the Newport Buffaloes have their 7, 8, and 9 hitters stood up in the bottom of the fourth. Here comes Landon Sechek. He walked his last time up on 4 pitches. They're carrying around the score. The Newport Buffaloes have scored 1 run in each of the first 3 innings. And here is ball 1. Landon Sechek, that's now 5 straight pitches outside the strike zone to him. And make that 6 in a row. It's ball 2. Landon Sechek only has 2 hits so far this season. And this 2-0 is in for a called string. Kind of surprised Landon Sechek didn't take a hack at that one on a good hitter's count. It's 2-1. Tyron Worth. And here's the swing and a pop-up. For the first baseman, Jackson Anderson, he makes the grab. And there's the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. I'll bring up Kevin Ruggles. Ruggles struck out looking on 3 pitches his last time.
Don't let him fool you.
Looking for better results here. Kevin Ruggles. Kevin Ruggles made a spectacular catch in the last half inning out in left field. Now looking to make up for it here, and it's the ground ball, and very close down the third baseline, but it's foul. That missed the bag by inches, ladies and gentlemen. That was incredibly close, but it's a foul ball. No balls and 1 strike. Cameron Ruggles, the senior. And here he pops one up into shallow center field and it drops down for a hit. Ball got away from the center fielder a little bit, but nothing more. As Ruggles reaches first on a 1-out single. That is just the 3rd hit of the season for him. The senior, and now a pinch runner here for the Buffaloes over at first base. It's number 16, Lucas Sering. Now pinch running over at first base. Now bring up Jamison Peters. He struck out swinging his last time up for the 2nd out back in the 2nd inning. Newport Buffaloes looking to keep that streak going. They have scored 1 run in each of the first 3 innings. Now runner at first with 1 out. And throw to first. Nothing doing. A nice big crowd here today for a Perry County Championship. This game also counts towards the Tri-5 League Western Division standings. The Greenwood Wildcats are 1.5 games behind Newport for first place in that division. Bunt gets down here for Peters. Could be a tough play over the 3rd. And the throw is offline. And I think Peters beat that run out, so that's going to result in an infield single on a bunt. Very nicely executed bunt there for Jamison Peters. Puts runners at first and second here with 1 out. And now back to the top of the order for the Buffs. Here's Jamison Cummins. First pitch, a slow breaking ball, just missing for ball 1. Cummins, no official at bat for him yet. It was hit. He walked back in the 1st inning, and he was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. Time work, going to get out of this inning with no score. Half swing here, appeal down at base umpire. He says no swing. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. The Newport Buffaloes are looking for their 5th Perry County Championship in program history. Greenwood looking for their 1st. This pitch is in the dirt, but a nice scoop there behind the plate for Brian Benito. He's been having himself a good game, not only offensively but defensively as well. But it's 3-0 now to the Newport catcher. Logan Bates is on deck. 3-0. It's upstairs, and that's ball 4. So Cummins walks for the 2nd time, and the bases are loaded here with only 1 out. And a timeout call here. As the Greenwood coach. The Greenwood coach is coming out to talk. Bases are loaded here with only 1 out. With Cameron Ruggles at 3rd, Jamison Peters at 2nd, and Jamison Cummins over at 1st after a 4-pitch walk. Logan Bates, one of the best hitters in the Tri-5 League, coming up to bat for the Buffaloes here. So for 1 so far. He was hit by a pitch bike in the 1st inning. He flew out to end the 2nd inning out towards left field. Here he has the bases loaded with only 1 out. And this pitch hits him. Logan Bates gets hit for the 2nd time, and that brings in a run.
That's probably safer than him hitting the ball for Greenwood.
So everybody moves up a base after a hit by a pitch. That is not how you want to start that at bat after talking to your head coach just now. And here comes Landon Saring, who had the inside the park home run. It's now 4-2. And this pitch gets away from the catcher. Got to play at the plate here, and a tag in time. Nice job for Benito to get back over to the pitcher covering the play, Tyne Worth. He gets the tag down, and that's a big out number 2. Count goes to 1-0, however. Everybody moves up the base, and the runner's out at the plate for the second out. So there's a second third here with 2 outs. 1-0 here to Landon Saring. 1 for 2 with a flyout and inside the park home run his last time up. There's a called strike. And 1-2, and not wanting to swing there, but Tyne Worth very quickly goes over first himself. Not wanting to risk anything, and a check swing results in an out. So that will end the inning, but the Newport Buffaloes get one more. 4 straight innings, each with 1 run score for the Buffaloes. They now lay a 4-2 after 4. A very quick game so far here at Newport High School for a Perry County Championship. 4 innings complete. They are just over an hour and 10 minutes into this game. And the Newport Buffaloes scoring 1 run in each of the first 4 innings of this game. They are up 4-2. But coming up for the Greenwood Wildcats is the top of the order. It's Tyne Worth. Man, nice catch, and took over the first himself for a rare stat that he put on the scorebook. 1 unassisted. And so here comes Tyne Worth. Top of the lineup. Leadoff hitter for the Greenwood Wildcats. 0 for 2 so far. He struck out looking his last time up. And now Wildcats in trouble. Down by 2. Landon Saring still pitching for Newport Buffaloes. And here's the first pitch. That's a third. Tyne Worth tiptoeing his way out of the way there. That's 1-0 the count. The Greenwood Wildcats just their second appearance in the Perry County Championship game. And they're looking for their first. A swing, foul tip. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. You want to know a crazy stat about Perry County baseball? The Susquehanna Blackhawks are the only team in Perry County baseball to never make it to a state tournament. They never made it to the state championship before. They were close one time, going to a district championship game, losing to Berks Coughlin in that one back in the early 2000s. But never made it to the state tournament. And there's a swing, and ground ball goes out towards right field for a base hit. Tyne Worth making up for the big pitching performance that he's been having so far. He gets his first hit of the game. And it's a leadoff single for Tyne Worth. Bring up Jackson Anderson. He struck out swinging his last time up. He walked back in the first inning. So far for Greenwood Wildcats, 2 runs on now 3 hits. And throw to first, nothing doing. Landon Saring kind of reminds me of West Perry baseball a little bit. He throws over a lot, just like West Perry baseball does. And there's a swing at this is hit hard out towards center field. Could be trouble. And a nice reaching grab for the center fielder, Landon Sechik. He got his arm out, hope for the best, and he got it. Allowed out number 1. As Tyron Worth retreats back to first.
I thought that was over his head.
Yeah, I saw that. It looked like it was going back further and further. But Sechik just reaches out and makes a nice grab for the first out. Here comes Dylan Yon. Dylan Yon had an RBI single his last time out, back in the 3rd. And so far, he brought in the last run for the Greenwood Wildcats. We're on first here with 1 out. Dylan Yon 1 for 2 with a ground out and an RBI single. Here he takes a big hack at the first pitch and misses for strike 1. Here's the next pitch, a swing and a miss from Young again. Count quickly goes to no balls and 2 strikes. The Harrisburg Sanders, the WFA of the Washington Nationals, they are the only undefeated team left in the Eastern League. They are perfect 6-0 as they host the Akron Rubber Ducks today over at City Island as they get Game 4 of their home openers standing. And the next pitch is down low, good waist pitch on the curveball that time for Landon Saring. Yeah, Harrisburg Sanders, they're off to a hot start, 6-0. They had a 3-game sweep out of Altoona last weekend, and now they just won the last 3 games, halfway through their home opening series against the Akron Rubber Ducks with double Guardians. Here's a swing and a pop-up. Could be playable behind the plate, but nope, it goes out of play. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Almost went head first in that.
Cummins, he thought he had a play on it. He almost ran right into the fence. Yeah, that's something you don't want to see. That's why you do have the warning track. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes for Dylan Yon. Step off here. There's the 1-2, and that is down low. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. A 2-2 swing, and they'll do it again. This ball is out of play, straight back. Yeah, this is my first time in 15 years that I've been here for a baseball game. Been here for a football game a couple years ago against West Perry. This place looks so much different. And now Ryder take off for first, a late steal attempt, and he is out. And no, he missed the tag. The throw was well in time, but Tyler Worth dives out of the way and avoids the tag. He reaches second. Wow, count goes full 2 at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Tyler Worth, it was a late decision to take off for second, but it paid off. Hey, wait, what just happened? There was a strikeout, wasn't there? I missed that. And there's a strikeout, and there's 2 outs now. They're in the 5th. I got distracted here by the student section that just walked up here. So here comes H.A. Outland. And that's upstairs for ball 1. 2 outs, but a big run coming over at second. H.A. Outland reached on error his last time up. Here he is. This ball is straight back towards the parking lot. Ooh.
That was an easy hit that time.
Bounced off somebody's field goal out back here. Good thing it wasn't mine. This past Monday, I was broadcasting West Perry versus Waynesboro, and one of the players hit my back windshield. Smashed it to pieces. I'm sorry to say. 1 ball, 1 strike to A.J. Allen. And now this ball is ripped, but right to the second baseman, Chris Imler. And that ends the inning. Wildcats stranded runner at second. And we are heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. Newport Buffalo still lead 4-2. We are back here for the bottom of the 5th inning. We have a good one here for our Perry County Championship. This is looking very good for the Newport Buffaloes, as they have scored 1 run in each of the first 4 innings. And now they are looking for more, up by 2, looking to extend their lead as 4, 5, and 6 hitters stood up for the Buffaloes. As Zach Bates comes up, had an RBI single back in the 1st inning. Ground out to 3rd on the first pitch he saw his last time up. We have the Newport student section right here in front of us. Here's Zach Bates, one of the better hitters in the Tri-Five Lincoln. Ooh, that looked a bit low, but it's ruled a strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Tyneworth, and that's in for a call strike 2. If you're the Greenwood Wildcats, you have to keep the Newport Buffaloes scoreless here in this inning. Green Wildcats has some catching up to. This ball is ripped hard on 0-2 count. Goes out to left field and is caught by Owen Lodge for the first out. They have a lot of Wildcat fans here making a short trip from Millerstown to be here. Of course, this is the closest rivalry for both of these teams. This is as local of a rivalry as it gets. These 2 schools separated by the Juniata River. Here comes Austin Baker. He hit the ball hardest last time up, but lined out to center field. He's 0 for 2. Here he rips one, and chopper over to 3rd. Throw to 3rd is in time. Nice play for Maverick Broadbent for a quick out number 2. Neither one of these teams have gone out 1-2-3, except for the Greenwood Wildcats back in the 4th inning. Newport has scored a run in every inning so far, but 2 quick outs here for Chris Amler. He's 0 for 2 so far. And here he rips one out towards center field. This could be trouble. Going back is sucked in, and he makes the grab, and the Newport Buffaloes go 1-2-3 in the 5th. 5 innings complete. Inning number 6 coming up as Newport Buffaloes are scoreless for the first time in an inning, and they still lead 4-2 after 5. This is 2026 Perry County Baseball Championship game between the Newport Buffaloes and Greenwood Wildcats, exclusively on the Peco Sports Talk YouTube channel, presented by the Bank of Annesburg and by Peco. A very quick game so far for our Perry County Championship. We are already in inning number 6. The Newport Buffaloes did not score in the 5th inning. That's the first time in this game they haven't scored in any inning. And now here is for Greenwood, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters as Brandon Benito looks at strike 1. Yeah, this game is definitely going by a lot faster than the 2 semifinals we saw over at West Perry. Here's a swing, and that's fouled back out of play for strike 2. Brandon Benito had the big hit so far for the Greenwood Wildcats. A leadoff double back in the 2nd inning. He had a bases loaded situation, or actually he walked his last time up. But the big scoring chance for Greenwood was back in the 3rd inning with the bases loaded, and Benito swings at a pitch in the dirt and misses. And there is a strikeout, 1 away here in inning number 6. The Greenwood Wildcats very quickly down to their final 5 outs. And here comes Aiden Sugden. Sugden had a bases loaded opportunity in his last step out, but lined out hard to Landon Searing, the pitcher, to end a bases loaded situation. And here is ball 1. Yeah, Sugden, he hit the ball hard, but it went right to Landon Searing, who got a glove up, and he just found the ball in his glove. Here's a little 1-0 pitch, and that misses upstairs and inside for ball 2. I don't know, we probably could have had West Perry versus Susquehanna here today in the consolation game. That is later on in a couple of weeks at Susquehanna for Perry County consolation game. Swing and a miss for a 2-0 count. Good idea there for the center fielder. It's 2-1 now after that swing and a miss. Wildcats need to find a way to get some base runners, down by 2, and this is a blooper out towards right field, and that gets down for a base hit. A little bit of an excuse me swing there, but Sugden is able to get a 2-1 count and gets it out to his right field for a 1-out single.
Free out.
Now here comes Gavin Oburn, the designated hitter. 0 for 2 so far with an RBI. Ground out back in the 2nd inning to bring in Benito from 3rd. Struck out swinging his last time on 3 pitches. Here is strike 1.
Yep, good eye, good eye. Yep, huge 14.
And Sarah looking to keep it going. Here is the 0-1. And breaking ball in for a call, strike 2. A tying run at the plate. They need more base runners here. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to the DH, and a jumper could be 2, and throw the 2nd in time, but no chance on the double play over at 1st. That's a fielder's choice for the 2nd out, as Sugden is out at 2nd base. And no, wait a minute, now up trouble here. Yeah, I think Oburn didn't call a timeout, as he was almost caught napping over at 1st base. What a mistake that would have been. But I say, Oburn over at 1st. Well, would have been an unusual double play. But here comes 2 outs and run on 1st. Rob Band out both times out to the left field. And there is strike 1. Cats quickly down to our final 4 outs. Here's the ball 1. And that misses upstairs for ball 1. Now they brought in a fly out and a line out to left field. He's 0 for 2 at the 8th spot of the lineup. And that's upstairs for ball 2. Rob and the 3rd baseman takes a big hack and misses. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next Friday, we'll be back here at Newport for the Perry County Softball Championship. We have the 2 semifinals and consolation championship games here next Friday, the 17th. A swing and foul tip into the catcher's glove. That's a strikeout, and the inning is over. Nothing doing after a one-out single from Aiden Sugden. And now Newport Buffaloes looking for some insurance as we head to the bottom of the sixth. The Newport Buffaloes up 4-2, hanging to the bottom of the sixth. It's 6 o'clock here at Newport High School, and the Newport Buffs are looking for some insurance runs, up by 2, as the Greenwood Wildcats are down to their final 3 outs coming up in the 7th, and there is a pitch just missing to Landon Seachick, the 7th here on the lineup for Newport. He takes a look at ball 1, here he swings and misses at that one. Count even 1 ball, 1 strike. The Newport Buffaloes have won the Perry County Championship 4 times in the history of this tournament. The last one being in 2024. Third one was back in 2021. They're looking for their 3rd Perry County Championship in 6 years. And there is ball 2 to the center fielder, Seachick. 0 for 1 so far. Popped out to the first baseman his last time up. He walked and later scored back in the 2nd inning, and there's a call, strike 2. The 7-8-9 hitters stood up here for Newport Buffaloes. There's a 2-2. Breaking ball in. Finds the corner for strike 3 called. And there's 1 out here in the 6th. Strikeout number 4 for Titan Worth. And here comes Kevin Ruggles. A base hit his last time up in the 4th. Never came around and scored. Struck out looking his first time up. And there's ball 1. The Greenwood Wildcats, they need to keep the score exactly where it is. They'll hopefully produce 2 runs in the 7th. As the Greenwood Wildcats are looking for their first Perry County Championship in program history. 2-0 now to the Newport left fielder. Check swing, but it's ruled a strike. It's 2-1. Kevin Ruggles with the play of the game defensively earlier in this one. And swing and a miss. Count even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next Friday is the Perry County Softball Championship Tournament here at Newport. 4 o'clock start. We'll have the Newport Buffaloes sitting on Susquehanna, and a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Titan Worth and the Greenwood Wildcats. 2 quick outs here in the 6th. Strikeout number 5 now for Titan Worth. Here comes Jamison Peters. Newport will be taking on Susquehanna in the softball tournament semifinals next week, while West Prairie takes on Greenwood. Here is Jamison Peters. Look at pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Peters, the 9-hole hitter on the Newport lineup, is 1 for 2. There he takes a swing and a miss. Big hack there. Peters had a bunt single his last time up. He almost scored on a wild pitch, but was caught out on a nice play at the plate. Here's the 1-1, and that's in the dirt for ball 2. Great Wildcats are back in action tomorrow on their home field over in Millerstown, and it's a swing and a miss from Peters. Nope. As Greenwood will take on Antietam. Antietam coming to Greenwood tomorrow for 11 o'clock start tomorrow morning. Newport will be back here at home on Monday for their next game as they host the Juliana Indians for a 6 o'clock start next Monday. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Peters. He rips this one out towards right field. Have to come in a little bit is the right fielder, Vance Moyer. He makes the grab, and Newport Buffaloes go down in order for the second straight inning. 6 innings complete, and the Greenwood Wildcats down by 2. They need at least 2 runs to keep this game going, as the Wildcats are down to their final 3 outs here in the Perry County Championship. Back in a moment for the 7th inning of this one. Last chance coming up for the Greenwood Wildcats, and you know that the moment is so big when the coach brings it over the entire lineup saying, hey, 1 pitch at a time. They're only down by 2 runs. It's still anybody's ball game, but the Greenwood Wildcats are down to their final 3 outs, hunting for their first Perry County Championship in program history. And for the Greenwood Wildcats, it's 9-1-2 hitters to face Landon Saring, who is looking for a complete game victory. Newport needs 3 outs. Greenwood needs 2 runs to keep the game going. And here comes Owen Losh. And he rips at the first pitch. A drill. And this has extra bases. What a start for the Greenwood Wildcats. As Owen Losh now hustling towards third. He is not stopping. Sliding to third. It's a leadoff triple. And the Greenwood Wildcats are in business. Owen Losh was 0 for 1, struck out his last time out, but he rips at the first pitch. Finally, he goes all the way to third on a leadoff triple. I knew it was going to be at least a double. I thought he was going to press. Was trying to go over to third. It was close at third, but he gets there sliding in to third with a leadoff triple. Now the top up for the Wildcats. It's Titan Worth. Struggled early. Base hit his last time up in the 5th. So let's see what Titan Worth can do. Looking to help his own cause. A high fastball taken for strike 1. And I know he wants to be aggressive here. But laid out triple to the plate. And there is a called strike 2. Titan Worth, he struck out looking back in the 3rd inning. He doesn't want to do that here again. To make a run game, he has to bring the run over from 3rd. Race pitch there for Staring. Misses upstairs for a ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now here's a high fly ball. Would be deep enough to bring in a run, and a catch is made for the first out. But it's a sac fly for Titan Worth as Losh scores from 3rd. A 1-run ball game as the bases are empty.
Playing left and center.
Here comes Jackson Anderson, the freshman. He's 0 for 2 so far, however. He walked back in the 1st inning. He hit one hard, but lined out to center field his last time up. And there's ball 1 outside. We start over, bases are empty with 1 out, and it's a 1-run game. For Greenwood, it's their first run since the 3rd inning. And there is ball 2. Landon Saring looking for a complete game. A really good pitching performance for both teams. Landon Saring for Newport and Tyron Worth for Greenwood. There's a called strike, 2-1. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube. I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of Perry County Baseball. And their pitch missed inside, but called a strike. And Anderson can't believe it. The home plate umpire is Kevin Dalpias. And Anderson not happy about that last call. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the 2-2. And slow breaking ball just misses. And a count is full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dylan Yawn is on deck for the Wildcats. And Saring the 3-2. That's down low. It's ball 4. So the tying run now goes to first base on a 1-out walk. And here comes Dylan Yawn. Dylan Yawn 1 for 3 so far in this game. But before we get to him, here comes the Newport coach, Steve Steiners, and I think we're going to have a pitching change here for the Newport Buffaloes. Let's see what is about to go down here as Steve Steiners, the head coach for Newport, coming out to talk to a home plate umpire, Kevin Dalpias. And yes, I do believe we have a pitching change here, as Newport doesn't want to risk anything with the tying run at first base. And that's a good speed threat over there at first base, as Jackson Anderson has a stolen base already in this game. And yes, that is it for Landon Saring, 6 1/3. And we'll be back after this Newport pitching change. Pitching change here with 1 out in the top of the 7th. The tying run is at first base. Now pitching for the Newport Buffaloes is Jameson Cummins, who was the catcher. Now catching behind the plate is J.C. Gibney. And Landon Saring now taking over at shortstop. As the sun is setting down here at Newport High School. And a ground ball could end it here, but here's Dylan Yawn. Dylan Yawn looking to bunt. This ball gets off for J.C. Gibney, and on a pass ball, the tying run, Jackson Anderson, goes over to second. That is not the start that Newport wanted here after the new pitcher. First pitch results in a pass ball. J.C. Gibney now behind home plate catching for the Buffaloes, as the tying run is now in scoring position with only 1 out. So there goes the double play. It's 1-0 here to Dylan Yawn, who has an RBI single back in the 3rd inning. And looking for another one to potentially tie this game up. And there is a pitch down low, but rolled a strike. Dylan Yawn, the second baseman for Greenwood, 1 for 3. Ground out to shortstop back in the 1st. Had that RBI single in the 3rd inning. Struck out swinging, however, his last time up. There's a swing, and that's fouled back. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is a good part of the lineup for the Greenwood Wildcats. But the Newport Buffaloes are 2 outs away from winning their 5th Perry County Championship. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Ryder taking off a throw. There's a strikeout. Meanwhile, Jackson Anderson goes over to third. And they had to get the tag out there at the plate. They get that. And DeLeon strikes out for the second time. Jackson Anderson a tying run at third. And the Greenwood Wildcats are down to their final out. And here comes the senior, A.J. Outland. Outland 0 for 3 so far. Reached on error back in the 3rd inning. Hit the ball hard, but lined out to second base this last time up. So A.J. Outland takes a high fastball and lays off for ball 1. Talk about pressure. Greenwood trying to keep their Perry County Championship hopes alive, but they need to bring in that tying run at third to keep the game going. And now, bases umpire here, Jim Grissinger, talking to the pitcher Cummins. I think that was a warning of a potential balk. You don't want to do that, because if you do that, that brings in the tying run. And there's a swing, and this ball is hit hard out towards center field, and it's over the head. We have a tie ball game. This ball is crushed. Outland going to second. He's on his way to third. He is going to hold it right there at third, and we are tied. An RBI triple for the senior, A.J. Outland. One of the best hitters in the Tri-Valley League. He delivers. And we will see a bottom of the 7th as the game is tied. Oh my goodness, that ball was ripped, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely crushed. And the Wildcats now have a chance to take the lead here with Brady Benito, who had the first big hit for the Wildcats. He had a leadoff double back in the 2nd inning. High fastball laid off for ball 1. What a championship game. The Greenwood Wildcats keep the game going. 2 runs in the 7th. We are tied at 4 apiece. And now there's a swing and a jumper. And on it, not hit it well by the center baseman. And the Wildcats take the lead. Ray Benito, he didn't hit that hard. But Chris Omler with the error. And the Wildcats have the lead for the first time in this game. Oh my goodness, Chris Otto, I think he just took his eye off the ball in the last second. And now the Wildcats. My goodness, who would ever thought of this? History in the making right now for Greenwood, as now they are 3 outs away from winning the Perry County Championship. Here comes Aiden Sugden. Takes a pitch down the door for ball 1. This Newport crowd is stunned, and on a wild pitch, Benito now goes to second. 3 runs in the 7th inning when they were down by 2. Now the Wildcats up by a run and looking for more. With a runner at second, a huge error gives Greenwood the lead. There's a call, strike 1 to the center fielder. Sugden has single his last time up in the 6th inning. And the Wildcat fans ecstatic. The next pitch is swung on and fouled straight back towards us. And the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. We will see a bottom of the 7th inning. And for Newport, it's the top of the lineup dude up for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the 7th. So it's not over yet for both teams, not by any means. A check swing is ruled a strikeout. Strikeout looking at Sugden. But the damage has been done. And the Greenwood Wildcats are now 3 outs away from winning their first Perry County Championship in program history. We are going to the bottom of the 7th. It is now 5-4 for the Greenwood Wildcats. Back for the bottom of the 7th. History in the making coming up for the Greenwood Wildcats. It's not over yet by any means, as Titan Worth still pitching for the Wildcats, looking for a complete game and a ball in the seventh that we didn't really expect. But listen to this stat. In the top of the seventh, 2 hits, both of them being a triple. How many times do you hear 2 triples in an inning? That you rarely hear that in any level. And now the Wildcats are 3 outs away from winning their first Perry County championship in program history. But it's the top of the lineup due up for the Newport Buffaloes. So we got Jamison Cummins. No official at bat for him yet. He has walked twice in this game. He was hit by a pitch back in the second inning. But Newport Buffaloes right now, what they need first is a base runner to bring in a tying run. So here we go with Jamison Cummins. No at-bats, 2 walks, a hit by pitch. Here rips one, hits the chalk, but it goes foul past the third base bag. That would have been extra bases for sure if that stayed fair. But it's 0-1. Good call there by the home plate umpire, Kevin Dalpias. Incredible game, incredible weather. What more can you ask for a Perry County championship? Next pitch is taken and it's down low for ball 1. Jamison Cummins, Logan Bates, Landon Saring. Some of the best hitters in the Tri-Valley League, and there's ball 2. You gotta wonder what was the message from head coach Steve Siders for Newport Buffaloes heading into this one. There's a swing, that is well foul, right towards the stands here at Newport. Down now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tied Worth. A freshman for the Greenwood Wildcats. Looking for a big out. Tied Worth, you can tell he's nervous. Just by looking at his body expressions, his body language there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jamison Cummins. That's been a tough out. Here's the 2-2, and that's taken just upstairs for ball 3. Dangerous take there for Cummins. That's a full count.
I need the behind the home plate shot. I gotta figure out what
that was very close from being a strikeout. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Cummins down on strikes. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes Logan Bates. Logan Bates, a freshman. He was hit by a pitch twice in this game. Here he fouls off the first pitch, and it's a strike. It's 0-1. Logan Bates, a freshman. A 167 batting average heading into this game.
He had a home run against Susquehanna.
He did have a home run against Susquehanna. But here is ball 1. Logan Bates, the shortstop, 0-for-1. He was hit by a pitch twice, including his last play appearance back in the 4th inning. And there's a ball down low in the dirt. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 here from Titan Worth. That just misses. It's a 2-1 or 3-1?
Should be 3-1.
Yes, 3-1. And there's ball 4. So Logan Bates, the tying run, heads over to first on a 1-out walk. And now here comes one of the top hitters in the Tri-Valley League, Landon Saring. But before we get to him, we have a timeout called here. As the Greenwood coach calling off the talk. I think we're going to have a pitching change here in the bottom of the 7th. Yes, we do. The coach signaling for somebody on the outfield. And that's going to do it here for Titan Worth. An incredible game, 6 1/3. Just like Landon Saring did for the Newport Buffaloes. They don't want to risk anything. And we have a pitching change coming up. The tying run is at first base with only 1 out. Back in a moment after this Greenwood pitching change here in the bottom of the 7th. Defensive changes for the Greenwood Wildcats. Now pitching for Greenwood is Jackson Anderson, who comes over from first base. Now at first base is Vance Moyer, and out in right field is Titan Worth. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, and first pitch to Landon Saring is in for a called strike. Greenwood looking for a ground ball for a potential 2-ball to win a Perry County Championship. Here's the next pitch, and that's upstairs. Good take for Landon Saring. Landon Saring, one of the top hitters in the Tri-Valley League. And he's looking to deliver here with 1 out in the 7th. The tying run is Logan Bates, who walked just a few minutes ago, and a high fastball led up for ball 2. Jackson Anderson, I mean, you want to talk about pressure before. Earlier in this game for the freshman. Now he's looking to finish it off on the mound. Jackson Anderson having himself a fantastic season, and this pitch is outside for ball 3. Zach Bates is on deck, who is the top hitter in the Tri-Valley League, who has been having a tough go of things here so far today. 3-1 pitch. Logan Bates over at first. A 3-1, that's a hopper. It gets away for ball 4. Newport obviously not taking any chances here as Logan Bates walks over to second. So back-to-back walks now with 1 out. Extremely easy take. The ball hopped in front of the plate, well in front of it. And now here comes Zach Bates. Heading in today, the top batting average in the Tri-Valley League, .545. He's 1 for 3. He has an RBI single back in the first inning. Greenwood setting up the double play formation. Here's the first pitch, and this ball's popped up. And it's got to get out of play towards the parking lot. Be careful. And, lands right on somebody's carpet. Hey, if this was banana ball and a fan would have caught that, that would have been an out.
He ran too fast from it.
Count goes to no balls and 1 strike. Zach Bates, the first baseman. Next pitch is upstairs for a ball. It's 1-1. That's an absolutely incredible championship game here. Tri-Valley League matchup. This game counts towards the standings. And next pitch is away for ball 2. This gets interesting now because Jackson Anderson, the freshman, coming over from first base to finish it off. And now this ball's ripped out towards left field, but right to the left fielder. Alden Lodge, and the Newport Buffaloes are down to their final out. Both runners retreat back to first and second as the tie run stays put at second. And last chance coming up here for Newport, and it's Austin Baker, who has been having a rough go of things at the plate. He went 0 for 4 yesterday against Midwest, and today he's 0 for 3. Looking to be the hero of this one, the Newport designated hitter. Takes ball 1, the ball gets away, however, so both runners will go into scoring position. It's 1-0 as loaded base goes to second, and the winning runner, Landon Searing, is now at second on a wild pitch. Greenwood is 1 out away. The Greenwood catcher, Brand Benito, checking his glove to make sure it was all right. You don't want to do that again because a wild pitch could bring in the tying run. It's 1-0 here to Austin Baker, who has been struggling here but looking to be a hero. Here's the ground ball to shortstop. Throw to first is in time and out! And for the first time ever, the Greenwood Wildcats are the Perry County Baseball Champions. The Wildcat faithful. There's some fans making a short trip from Marystown, and for the first time, the Greenwood High School can finally say, we are Perry County Baseball Champions. History has been made here in 2 ways. The first way was before this game even started. The first ever meeting between these two teams in a Perry County Championship game, and now Greenwood will look to face Newport more often in this championship game, as they are 1-0 all time versus Newport in the Perry County Championship game. That's awesome. I mean, good for Greenwood. Like, I know the home faithful, like, they are stunned at what just transpired here on their home field. They won the coin toss to have hosting rights of this Perry County Championship, but could not get it done. And Austin Baker, oh, you got to feel sorry for him, man. I mean, he is a good hitter, but he has been struggling as of late. Had a chance to win it for the Buffaloes with 2 runners in scoring position. A base hit could have won it for Newport, but a ground ball over to the shortstop senior, H.A. Outland. And he fires over to first. It was a close play at first, but great snag by the first baseman, Vance Moyer, who came in for right field in this inning. And for the first time ever, the Greenwood Wildcats are Perry County Baseball Champions. What a season. What a time to be a Greenwood Wildcat fan. I did learn earlier today that Greenwood, starting next season, they're going to be in the double-A classification in the PIAA. They are still in single-A like they have been for the last several years. But today they are enjoying it. The last time that Greenwood made it to the Perry County Championship was in 2019. That year, Greenwood made it to the state championship game in 1A. And by now, Greenwood, the best team in Perry County baseball. Their confidence has to be at an all-time high.
They're 4-3 now.
They are now 4-3 on the season. It's just the second loss of the season for Newport.
Newport's 6-2, right?
And now, the Greenwood Wildcats are just a half game behind Newport in the Tri-Valley League standings, as the Newport Buffaloes dropped to 5-2 overall, and now 3-2 in the Tri-Valley League West Division. And for the champions, Greenwood Wildcats, they are now 4-3 overall, and even 3-3 in the Tri-Valley League West Division. Again, just a half game behind Newport for first place in that division. Next time up for both teams, the Newport Buffaloes will be back here at home on Monday in a Tri-Valley League matchup, 6 o'clock Monday night, under the lights, as they take on the Chuniana Indians at 6 o'clock Monday night. And for the Greenwood Wildcats, they are right back in action tomorrow at home for 11 o'clock morning start tomorrow at home against Antietam. And our next Perry County event, we are back here next Friday, the 17th, right here in Newport for the 2026 Perry County Softball Championship Tournament. That starts at 4 o'clock next Friday when West Perry takes on Greenwood and Newport takes on Susquehanna in the semifinals of that softball tournament. We'll be here for that. All 4 games hopefully next Friday. I mean, unlike the baseball tournament, we had 2 semifinals in one day. They have Perry County Championship here today. West Perry will be at Susquehanna later on this season for a consolation game. But as of now, the Greenwood Wildcats celebrating at Newport. Even though it wasn't really a home game, it felt like it just down the road from Millerstown. And we'll see it next Friday.
If I had a tall enough tower, I could see Millerstown from here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if we were high enough here, like up here on the hill, like we see the antenna, that's where Millerstown is. It's literally right down the road. And we're gathering our final line score as we speak.
I doubt if that's the highway there.
That's it. Greenwood Wildcats scored 3 runs in the top of the 7th to get a 5-4 lead. Newport had runners in scoring possession, have a chance to tie and potentially even win it. The winning pitcher for the Greenwood Wildcats is Landon Serving, facing 29 batters. The losing pitcher for Newport, the winning pitcher is Tyron Worth for Greenwood. The losing pitcher for Newport is Jameson Cummins.
Is Ashley or Jim still in there? They had tell him to go up there and get it. Did you see him come to that?
No.
There. He's not kidding. Let him go.
Yep, just getting the final line score as we speak here in a second. All right, we have the final line score here for both teams. For the Greenwood Wildcats, 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors, leaving 7 runs left on base. And for the Newport Buffaloes, 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, leaving 7 runs left on base as well. And that's going to do it for us here at Newport High School. On behalf of all 4 athletic directors, for West Perry, Adam Marshall, Susquehanna, Scott Markowitz, Newport, Sean Lesh, and Greenwood's Matt Bingaman. And on behalf of everybody here at Newport High School, I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of Perry County Baseball, saying so long from Newport. This has been a presentation of the 2026 Perry County Baseball Championship Game, exclusively on the Perry County Talk Sports Zone YouTube channel, presented by the Bank of Landsberg and by Peco Yardscapes. Your final score on this one, the Greenwood Wildcats win 5-4 to the Greenwood Wildcats for the first time ever. Your Perry County Baseball Champions. Good night, everybody, from Newport High School.